When you hear the name Jason Statham, you instantly think of high-speed chases, intense fight scenes, and a stare so sharp it could break glass. From The Transporter to Fast and Furious and The Expendables, he's Hollywood's go-to-tough guy. But behind the muscles and the action-packed roles lies a story full of surprising twists and secrets. Today, we're revealing 10 shocking things you probably didn't know about Jason Statham. Get ready because this man's real life is even crazier than his movies. Number 10. He was a professional diver. Before Jason Statham was punching bad guys on screen, he was flying through the air into swimming pools. Jason was a member of Britain's national diving squad for over 12 years. He even competed at the 1990 Commonwealth Games, representing England in diving competitions. And get this, he trained every single day, practicing complicated dives like the 1.5 somersaults and inward pikes. Although he never made it to the Olympics, his discipline and athleticism built the foundation for the action star we see today. Long before Hollywood, Jason already knew how to take risks and handle pressure. Number 9, he was a street market hustler. Most actors get their start through drama school or theater. Jason, he got his hustle on the streets. He used to sell fake jewelry and perfume on the busy streets of London. Standing at market stalls, he would charm passers-by, selling them goods that were often far less valuable than they appeared. Jason later said this part of his life taught him the art of persuasion, a skill that helped him land auditions and charm directors in Hollywood. In a strange way, selling knockoff watches prepared him to sell something even bigger later, himself as an unstoppable action star. Number 8, he was discovered by a fashion agent. Believe it or not, Jason Statham didn't crash into Hollywood with a stunt. He walked into it on a fashion runway. While hustling on the streets, Jason caught the eye of a talent scout. Before he knew it, he was modeling for brands like Tommy Hilfiger, French Connection, and Levi's. But Jason wasn't your typical clean-cut model. He had a rugged, rough-around-the-edges look that made him stand out in an industry obsessed with polished beauty. It was this tough, real-world image that caught the attention of a young director named Guy Ritchie. And soon Jason would trade modeling for movie sets forever. Number 7, his first movie role was based on his real life. When Guy Ritchie cast Jason Statham in Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels, he wasn't giving him a polished Hollywood script. He was asking Jason to be himself a street-smart hustler. Ritchie had learned about Jason's background selling goods on the street, and he wanted that same charisma and authenticity on camera. In fact, during Jason's audition, Ritchie challenged him to sell him fake jewelry, just like he did back in London markets. Jason nailed it. That raw, unpolished performance launched his career and made him one of the most believable tough guys in modern cinema. Number 6, he does most of his own stunts. In a world where actors often rely on stunt doubles, Jason Statham is the real deal. He performs almost all of his own stunts, from brutal fight sequences to dangerous car chases and death-defying leaps. In The Transporter, he mastered martial arts and car stunts. In The Meg, he actually swam with real sharks during filming. And in the Fast and Furious series, many of the high-speed driving scenes you see are 100% Jason behind the wheel. He's even a trained martial artist in kickboxing, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and Wing Chun Kung Fu. When you watch Jason on screen, know this. That's not just acting. That's real skill, real danger, and real dedication. Number 5, he nearly died on set. During the filming of The Expendables 3, Jason Statham almost lost his life for real. In one scene, he was supposed to drive a truck toward a dock and stop it at the edge. But due to a mechanical failure, the brakes failed. The truck with Jason inside crashed through barriers and plunged into the Black Sea. Most people would panic. Jason, he calmly escaped from the sinking truck and swam to safety. His background as a professional diver probably saved his life that day. Even Sylvester Stallone said afterward, if anyone else had been driving, they'd be dead. Number 4, he's a huge fan of mixed martial arts. When Jason isn't filming, he's training, and not just casually. He's obsessed with MMA, mixed martial arts. He trains in kickboxing, boxing, wrestling, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and even Krav Maga, the brutal Israeli self-defense system. He has said many times that martial arts are not just about fighting. They're about discipline, respect, and mental toughness. This intense training explains why his fight scenes look so natural and brutal on camera. There's no faking the moves when the man actually knows how to fight for real. Number 3. He's very private about his personal life. In an era where celebrities share every meal and vacation on social media, Jason Statham is different. He's fiercely private. You won't find him giving detailed interviews about his childhood, political opinions, or even his relationships. Jason believes that mystery adds to an actor's power. He wants people to know his characters, not every detail about his real-life emotions. Even his relationship with model-turned-actress Rosie Huntington-Whiteley was kept mostly quiet for years. They got engaged in 2016, had a child, and live happily, mostly away from the flashing cameras. In a world addicted to oversharing, Jason's old-school privacy feels refreshing. Number 2, he almost became an Olympic athlete. Jason didn't just think about competing in the Olympics, he was actually very close. As a top-tier diver for Britain, he was shortlisted to represent his country at the 1988 Seoul Olympics. Unfortunately, he didn't make the final cut, but the intense training, discipline, and heartbreak of missing out taught him a lot. Jason once said, "It teaches you humility, determination, and how to take a punch lessons that came in handy later." Instead of standing on a podium with a medal, he ended up standing in front of a camera, becoming an action legend instead. Number 1, he's a self-made star. Jason Statham didn't have Hollywood connections. He wasn't born into fame or fortune. He didn't have rich parents to open doors for him, and he didn't even have formal acting training under his belt. What he had was hustle, grit, street smarts, and an unstoppable work ethic. He started out selling goods at market stalls, hustling every single day to survive. From there, he moved into modeling, using every opportunity to push himself forward. Modeling led him to indie films, and indie films opened the path to $100 million blockbusters. No trust funds, no shortcuts, just pure determination and fight. In an industry obsessed with appearances and privilege, Jason built his empire the hard way. Every punch he throws, every stunt he pulls off, carries the real weight of that journey. His fight scenes aren't just for show, they're a reflection of his life. Jason Statham isn't just an action hero created by Hollywood. He's a true fighter, a survivor, someone who earned every moment of his success. On screen and off, he's the real deal. From a street hustler to an Olympic hopeful, from a fashion model to a Hollywood powerhouse, Jason Statham's journey is the ultimate proof that success isn't handed out, it's earned, one gritty, determined step at a time. Behind that sharp jawline, the explosive action scenes, and the tough guy image, there's a man who refused to let failure define him. He didn't have a silver spoon or a safety net. Every move he made was fueled by pure drive, resilience, and the hunger to create a life far beyond what the world expected from him. Statham's story reminds us that the starting line doesn't determine the finish line. It's the fight, the hustle, and the refusal to quit that makes the difference. His life isn't just about flashy cars or big movie deals. It's about persistence when no one is watching. And if there's one thing we can all take away from Jason's story, it's this. No matter where you begin, it's where you're willing to fight to go that truly defines your future. If you enjoyed these untold facts about Jason Statham, hit that like button, subscribe, and get ready because there are plenty more hidden stories waiting to be uncovered.